The first thing we got to do is square up our boundaries of this city, okay? Expand our city limits, all right? So we can provide what? Utility and capacity. Do some studies, do some engineering, civil engineering, to determine what we're going to have in the future. People want to live in Fayetteville. It's just become unaffordable. The Unified Development Code that they've adopted, and every use unit in there, and the impact fees and all the expense make Fayetteville the most expensive place in either one of these counties, okay? You can't go down there and do something simple. They want 17 layers of civil engineers and stamps and this and that and engineered footings. In fact, listen, you can't obtain or deliver housing that's affordable with the way that they have the code written here, right? And so I have friends that have been in the industry their entire career, right? And it's gotten to the point where it's so expensive and so overburdensome, and the city looks at you when you come for a project, they're going to get and extort every single thing that they can out of you. Well, a city's there to provide what? Water, sewer, sanitation, transportation, police, fire, basic fundamental utilities, right? You can't expect the risk taker, the entrepreneur, you know, the business person coming to town and then just get hammered with all of these off-site costs in order to do their project. And I can give you many examples. We have a big project that's been in the works for 3 years, Rupel and Mount Comfort, some $90 million, 300 units of multifamily housing. We're 2.5 years behind because the city of Fayetteville and this administration, right? And it's insanity. Out of the 7 contractors that we called to build the project, 6 of them declined because they do not want to work in Fayetteville, Arkansas. The only way that any of the big companies will come to Fayetteville is if they work for the University of Arkansas or the city of Fayetteville. And when you have medium to small contractors turning down $90+ million jobs because the environment at the Fayetteville Planning Office and this administration is so uncomfortable, it's not about the money. They refuse to come down here and put their people here and go through a bad deal and a bad time. And that's what Fayetteville has become, unfortunately. So it's got to be a ground up deal. The codes have got to be changed. We've got to deal with the utilities and the capacities. We've got to square up our boundaries and our borders. We've got to improve the transportation. If you've ever tried to get around here in the morning or in the afternoon, it's complete chaos and gridlock. And who in the world would allow the school district to keep approving the stuff at Fayetteville High and turn MLK into a staging ground on a state highway, shut the highway down 2 or 3 times a day? It's insanity. You'll find that nowhere else other than Fayetteville. It's this very, good intentions, but poor execution, poor sight.